Well, hi guys, it's that time. It's our Bible teaching snippet of the day. Yesterday, I was talking about this book, The Cross and the Switchblade. If you haven't ever read this, you should read it. It is an absolutely awesome little book. In chapter 20, David's talking about how he figured out, that's David Wilkerson, how he figured out the baptism of the Holy Spirit was directly connected to the boys getting straight and staying clean. I want to be clear here. There were boys that said they were saved, and they went right back out on the streets and did everything that they ever thought about doing, and they just what you'd call backslide back into their old lifestyles. The ones who were baptized in the Holy Spirit, those are the ones that broke all of their addiction from drugs, heroin, whatever, smoking marijuana, smoking cigarettes, drinking, even anger issues of where they were fighting and trying to kill each other. They broke all of these off through the baptism of the Holy Spirit. Now, I want to make sure that I'm clear. It's not that David Wilkerson had the baptism of the Holy Spirit and he used his gift to set them free. Yes, he was baptized in the Holy Spirit. But no, the boys themselves were baptized in the Holy Spirit and they got set free through that baptism of the Holy Spirit. Now, in chapter 20, yesterday, I read a little excerpt out of that, talking about how David Wilkerson figured out the connection of the boys getting set free and staying free and breaking those chains of addiction and anger and all of that, where all these other outreaches throughout the whole city had never seen. And, you know, New York's a big place, even in 1960. None of the other outreaches and street ministries could get boys clean and keep them clean, to the point that this Catholic priest, Father Gary, comes and asks David Wilkerson, what are you doing different than I'm doing? So the boys tell Father Gary themselves what broke their addiction, and it was the baptism of the Holy Spirit. This is what gets really good here, guys. Father Gary gets baptized in the Holy Spirit. He goes back, and the nuns get baptized in the Holy Spirit. Now, one of the priests at Notre Dame hears about it, and he gets baptized in the Holy Spirit through Father Gary, and all of the nuns at Notre Dame get baptized. This baptism of the Holy Spirit that started in New York City through David Wilkerson's outreach program called Teen Challenge literally changed the Catholic Church, because they started a charismatic movement that penetrated, and it didn't stay just in the United States. It went worldwide. And what they say in their reports is that 1 out of 3 Catholics back at that time got baptized in the Holy Spirit. And this is where the charismatic side of the Catholic Church started believing in the Holy Spirit and the baptism of the Holy Spirit. Now, one other thing I want to say about this, though, and this is pretty interesting as well. They have done medical research on drug addicts or heroin users, you name it, meth addicts or whatever. Their brain actually has these sores on it, and it takes a full 12 months for someone's brain to heal from that. That's why these little 3- and 6-month programs, guys, you need to not go along with that. A person needs at least 12 months of getting away from the people they're around to get straight, because their brain and their body has not healed from that addiction, with one exception. They did these tests, and the people who get baptized in the Holy Spirit and pray in tongues, they get healed almost instantly. That's why it breaks, is because it heals the mind and the brain, and the addict is no longer an addict. They're no longer an addict because they're baptized in the Holy Spirit and pray in tongues, and their brains get well. But here's the thing. If someone is not baptized in the Holy Spirit, in the natural physical, it's going to take them a full 12 months not to be addicted. If you cannot keep them away from these drugs and stuff for a full 12 months, you've just wasted the 3 or 6 months. It's just a vicious cycle of putting them in a place for a month or 3 months or 6 months. No, it's 12 months, 12 months minimum, unless they're baptized in the Holy Spirit. but they have absolute medical proof that these sores on people's brains are instantly healed once they're baptized in the Holy Spirit. So guys, I'm not going to go any further today because I've used up all my time, and I think that it's worth talking about. The baptism of the Holy Spirit is real, and it changes lives. It is the power of God in you to change your life and the people in your life around you. So that's a wrap up today, but I'm going to go ahead and talk a little more about the baptism of the Holy Spirit. I want to show you the difference in it with Jesus receiving the baptism of the Holy Spirit. And then I want to show you about the disciples and how through the Bible I can prove to you that that has not passed away and it went out past Jerusalem when the Holy Spirit came for the first time. So I'll see you right here again on Facebook. I love every one of you, and you have an awesome weekend. Bye-bye.